Hi besties, welcome to part 5 of our step-by-step makeup series for beginners. If you've not seen part 1 to 4, please do well to check those out because that's how you arrived here. This part 5, I'm going to be showing you how to apply your foundation, how to pick the right foundation for you, different types of foundation, and you're going to perfect your foundation application. So if you've been following this series, welcome back. I missed you and I'm happy you're back here. And if you're just joining us for the first time, hi, my name is Vinti. I'm a Canadian-based Nigerian content creator. My niche is makeup, fashion, beauty, all of that. So if you're interested in knowing how to do your makeup, or you just love makeup, beauty content, or you just like seeing my face, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And without wasting much of your time, let's get right into foundation application. Choosing the right foundation can be very tricky because there are things you have to consider, things like the formula, the coverage, your undertones. You have to consider all those things before you pick a foundation. And like the name goes, foundation is the foundation of your makeup. If it's not looking good, every other thing doesn't matter. Your foundation has to match your skin tone. It has to be the perfect undertone. All those things matter in your foundation application. Also, the type of foundation also matters. So for formula, we have to consider if it's liquid, if it's cream, or if it's powdered foundation. Yes, there is powdered foundation. This is a good example of a powdered foundation. This one right here, I use this one a lot. You can see I've already hit pan here. And these ones are liquid foundations. I don't have a cream foundation because those ones are more for mature skin. So in this video, I'm going to be using our liquid foundation, and I'm going to be using this powder foundation to set it. I'm going to show you how to use all of them. But for beginners, get yourself one good liquid foundation that is exactly your skin tone. That will serve you for a long time. You don't need so many products. Just one is enough. And for coverage, there is light, there is medium, and there is full coverage. It depends on what you want. If you have a lot of hyperpigmentation on your skin, acne prone skin, you might want to consider a full coverage concealer. Or even if you have a medium coverage, you can build it up to cover up, but always consider these things based on what you want to apply. This one from Maybelline New York is a full coverage foundation. It gives me really good coverage. This one from NARS Cosmetics is a medium. I'll consider this a medium coverage concealer. Why do I keep saying concealer? I'll consider this a medium coverage foundation, but I love to use this and I love to build it up. This is like my everyday foundation. For light coverage concealer, this skin tint from Fenty Beauty, I would consider this is a skin tint, so it's obviously light coverage. So this one gives you very light coverage. It looks more like skin. You know, if you want that skin light look, definitely go for a light coverage foundation. Oh my God. So we are going to demonstrate the coverage of all this foundation. I'm going to put some dark spots here, and we are going to try all these foundations out one by one. We're going to start with the medium coverage foundation. Let's put just a drop of that, okay, and let's blend that out. You can see it covers it, but not like, it almost doesn't cover anything. It's more like a skin tint, and it gives like, you know, a skin finish. So this will not cover all your acne problems. This will not cover all your acne scars and hyperpigmentation. But let's try a medium coverage foundation and see what that will do for us. And we are going to be using this NARS foundation. Let's do one pump to keep everything even. And we are going to blend that out with a sponge. And if you look here, this is covering it better than the skin tint, okay? This is covering the spots better than the skin tint. So if we continue to add more and build it up, we might eventually get to the point where it covers everything, but that is just wasting too much foundation. So why don't you just get a full coverage if you want to cover a lot? You understand what I mean? So you can see the more I blend, the more it covers. It's looking a lot better. So this is a medium coverage foundation. Now let's try this with the full coverage foundation and see what is going to give us. I've not used this for a while. Let me shake that and squeeze that. Oh my God. Yeah, oh my God. I've not used it for a while, so I think it's drying off a little bit. Just by looking at it, you see it looks really thick and very heavy. And let's blend that out. Oh my God, look at the coverage. You see how it covers up everything? It's almost invisible. You can see how it covers it. If you want more, you can always go ahead and put more. You can see the coverage. So when we put this side by side, I think you understand what full coverage, medium coverage, and light, full, and medium coverage looks like. So know your skin type and what your skin concerns are, and that will help you. Remember, we did not color correct any of these. So when you color correct, they are going to obviously hide better. but I was just demonstrating the foundation coverage so you know what is best for you. Now for undertone, this one can be a little bit tricky because there is warm, there is cool, there is neutral undertones. But one of the ways to find out your undertone is by looking at the vein on the inside of your arm like this. So when you look at this, if it is green, you have warm undertone. If it is blue, you have cool undertone. And if it's like a mixture or combination of both, you have a neutral undertone. So that is very, very important when you're picking your foundation, okay? Because if you have cool undertone or if you have warm undertone and you get a cool undertone foundation, it's not going to look good on you. So always check the coverage, always check the foundation formula, and always check your undertone whenever you are picking your foundation, and that is going to help you pick the right foundation. You're not going to be buy all the time before you find the perfect one for you. So these are the tricks on how to pick out your foundation. Now let's talk about application. Before you even think of applying your foundation or concealer or anything, make sure you prep your skin. Skin prep is very important. That's why when you put on just one day makeup, you have one big breakout because you're not prepping, you're not using skincare. Those things are very good for your skin. They nourish your skin and they also moisturize your skin so that the products can lay better. It also helps in the longevity of the makeup. So you need skin prep. If you want a video on skin prep, let me know in the comment section and I'm going to make a video on skin prep, everything you need to do for skin prep. But our skin is prepped and that's how we got here. We prepped before we got to the concealer. So that is done. We are going to get right into foundation application. To apply my foundation, I like to pump it at the back of my hand this way. And then I spread that out to warm it up. I like to put this at the back. I don't like to put foundation straight on my face. So I spread that out this way. And then I use a foundation brush to pick it up. And you can see that will help you control your application. That way you're not using too much product or you're not using too little. And you can always go back and pick up more. And that is it. So we're going to do the other side too. Spread it to warm it up. I hope you know foundation oxidizes, even concealer. If your foundation is dark, when it oxidizes, it's going to get even darker. Like this one, when it oxidizes for a little bit, it's going to get darker. So you should also consider that when you're picking your foundation. So I'm going to pick this up with a brush, and just like that, we have a very good foundation application. Now for the forehead, like I said in our concealer video, you need to use as little product as possible. So when I'm done applying my foundation over here, whatever is left, that's what I use for my forehead, okay? Because you don't want too much product on your forehead. And for a more skin-like finish, use a damp beauty blender and go over it. Especially you see this line where our foundation and concealer separates each other. Make sure you blend that, and that will give you a seamless and more skin-like finish. The beauty blender is going to pick up excess products. So I like to use the brush for more coverage. To give you more coverage, then you use the beauty blender to give it a more skin-like finish. You know, it's going to pick up all the excess products you don't need and blend out everything really, really well. When I say damp beauty blender, you don't have to make it wet that is dripping. You can see if I squeeze this from now to tomorrow, there is no water that is going to drop. So I like to wet it, squeeze it out really well, wring it out really well, and I put it in a paper towel and like really wring it out. That's how I get my beauty blender to be damp without getting too wet. So you can do the same thing, or you can just use your hand and wring it out, and that will give you a nice damp beauty blender. Always use a damp beauty blender. Don't use a dry beauty blender. I think we have passed that. The next step is setting our foundation. If you want your foundation to last throughout the whole day, you have to set it. So I'm going to use a setting spray and I'm going to use a powder foundation to set my foundation. And if I do this two combo, this makeup is not going anywhere until whenever I want to take it out, trust me. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lasting Fix Setting Spray to set my face. Like I said in our concealer video, whenever you apply your cream products, liquid products, make sure you set, because that will help it stay in place and it will not move. So, and by the time you set multiple times during your routine, towards the end and you seal everything, your makeup is not going everywhere. You're going to have a perfect makeup until the rest of the day. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Super Stay Powdered Foundation. While my face is still a little bit damp, I did not say wet, while it's still a little bit damp, I'm going to take a big powder brush, pick that up, dust that out, and use that to set my face. The same way you set your concealer, have to do the same with your foundation, okay? And just like that, you have a flawless foundation base that will look fresh all through the day. So we are going to do a quick recap of everything we did for this foundation video. I told you skin prep is very important. You need to prep your skin and also use your primer. Yes, I forgot to mention because we used our primer in our concealer video. So primer first before any other thing. For a beginner, please go for a liquid foundation. And if you don't have a powder foundation to set your face, you can use any other powder, any powder at all that is close to your skin tone, or even your pressed powder you can use it to set. But then you have to make sure you blend that out really well so it will not look very bright, okay? So I showed you the different coverage, the light, medium, and full coverage, how to identify your undertone using your wrist, the veins on your wrist, and what else did we talk about? How to apply the foundation, warm it up on your hand, and use a brush first. Brush will give you more coverage. Beauty blender will soak up all the products if you use a beauty blender first, but do whatever works for you. I like to use a brush first, then I go over it with a beauty blender for a more skin-like finish. And set your foundation with a powder and with a setting spray so that everything will be locked into place. The setting spray is going to make everything melt together and it's going to be really nice throughout the day. So that is our foundation application, but you can see our face look like one-dimensional. So in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to bring all those depth and dimension and warmth to your face using your blush and contour. So we are going to be doing blush and contour. I'm going to be telling you the difference between contour and bronzer in the next video too. So make sure you check out the next video. And if this video helped you in any way, let me know in the comment section. Tell me what you learned. Tell me what you think you want me to talk about. And if you're confused about anything, just feel free to ask me your questions in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you don't want to miss our blush and contour / bronzer video. Else, you're going to have one-dimensional face. This is okay, but we have to get past this, okay? We cannot leave our face here. So make sure you turn on that notification bell so that whenever I upload that video, bam, you hear it and you go and watch that video. And like that, on to the next one. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I love you guys so much. I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.